Hi guys, welcome back to the 6-month challenge updates. Um, yeah, I've had a bit of a slow start to the exercise regime since having commenced the scan. Probably worked out once in that time, so that's what, like once in a couple of weeks. But some of the things that I thought I could talk about today are maybe some things that you've been struggling with as well to get started. And one of them is my expectations. So, like, whenever I go out to do something, I usually visualize that first. And because it's been a while since I've worked out from having had COVID and a few other things, my expectation is that I'll go back into the same routine that I was in prior to starting, prior to having like a gap in my working out. And that expectation, I think, kind of is unmotivating for me because I think about it and I feel within myself at this point in time that I don't have the energy or the stamina to do that workout that I was doing. And I think rather than having an expectation of what your workout's going to look like, yeah, have a plan of what you might be wanting to achieve in that one particular training session, but go in with expectations of, like, this is what I want to try and achieve and this is what I'm going to do, but at the same time set those expectations realistically to where you're at. If you've had some time off, don't expect that you're going to be training at the same level as you were. Just because of neurological adaptation, you're probably not going to be at the same point. You might have the same amount of muscle mass if you've been eating right. You might have been able to maintain that, but just your nervous system is not going to be able to do what it was doing prior to you stopping. So that was one of the things that I felt was a barrier for me, was my expectations. And the other one was, just again, it's to do with my energy levels. So thinking about where I left off, I'd started at one session per week at the start of this year, and I slowly ramped that up. And I was starting to do 3 sessions per week, which was working really well. I felt really like good about that. I was feeling strong. I wasn't too tired. My energy levels were up, and I think that's a very important thing to know, is that you shouldn't be trying to, like, necessarily go all out 7 sessions a week, like working out every day or multiple sessions per day. What you should really be doing, and this is what we do with everything else in life, is we're trying to get the most amount of gains for the least amount of training output. So, like, basically, I've got this theory from a guy that I follow. His name's Phil. His Insta name is the Mindful Mover, and it's about trying to find the minimal effective dose. And what that means is basically trying to do as little as possible to get gains. Like, you wouldn't train every single day knowing that you could get gains just training once a week. Like that, I don't know, that just doesn't make sense. You wouldn't do it.